Hey guys, and welcome to the medium tank replay contest result video. The replays I received most of were the medium tank and heavy tank, so picking a winner and runner-ups were especially tough on this one because a lot of the replays guys were doing the same thing on specific maps with the same tanks. I received 5 T-44 replays on mines where all they did was go to the hills and they got between 6 and 9 kills each. So what should I do? Should I reward the one with 9 kills and the rest with runner-ups, or I don't know. Luckily I received T-44 on other maps as well, but the first 3 replays I received were with pattern tanks, all getting very good games, but again, having only patterns on the list would be boring, and the more I reviewed the replays, the more I started to see that they made a lot of mistakes while they were driving, and so I really had a tough time deciding how I should reward this list. Should I reward the guy flanking to help the entire team, even if he only got a mediocre score? Should I reward guys doing what every other driver would do in the same vehicle type? For instance, go to the hill, and if you get to the hill, you have a much better chance of getting easy kills. Should I reward a guy for getting a ton of kills while being top dog? This is what most people get when they're top dog, so I'm sorry if you sent in a replay where you were the top dog and killed like 8 players, but yeah, I don't see it as spectacular. So, and in the end, it is me. I've decided on the final 4 and the winner, and it was very tough choosing. But I did it, and I hope I didn't screw up myself. I'm only one man, and we all have different opinions. What's great and what's boring. So, first up, we have Jurowski in his VK 3001P. After seeing that the biggest tanks on the enemy team all pushed down south, he decided to go and flank them all, taking out the Gorilla in the process and also the Su-26. He then decided to go around, and he didn't hurt a lot because one of his first shots in the face takes out the loader, but by taking the attention from the enemy team, he did help his other teammates get in a lot of hits, so in the end they were all able to take out the entire enemy force with his help. Here we see he fixes the loader and he gets the final kill down here. A great first honorable mention.
At the second spot,
we have one of those going to the hill matches, with a pattern getting a total of 9 kills. The only reason he's on here is because of that high number. There was also a T-44 going home to prevent a camp against the Ferdinand, but it was an easy win even though he had to move around to get the kills. It still wasn't 9 kills. Anyways, the pattern we have here is Dkumar. 10. He goes up to the hill, spots both arties and gets them both killed. From there it's just a killing spree. The only real enemies he had on the hill were the artilleries, and when they're gone he can just simply start killing. First up he kills a lion, Löwe. Then he kills a Su-152, and then he has a long battle with a Löwe, where he finally in the end gets the kill. After he has killed a lot of enemies on the hill, most of the enemies notice, so they start to push up against the hill, so he can't hit most of them. Therefore he has to go down the hill, and from there he starts getting even more kills and comes up to the final count of 9 kills with the T-95. So, spot number 3 on the honorable mention list, and let's move on. At the first honorable mention spot, we find a T-44 doing everything right. So right that in the end a Panther gets upset and starts shooting at him. The player is Sigo. First we see him dealing with a T-34. After that has been dealt with, he starts to shoot at the ISU 152, since he can't penetrate the E75 frontally with his gun. And IS starts showing his face close to him, so he goes for him as well, because he is quite annoying. But he can hit him between the stairs at this house, so that's a great spot to shoot at your enemy, because the enemy has a tough time shooting back, because he will most likely hit the stairs. He then switches back to the ISU and hits it twice in the side here. It doesn't kill it, but still cripples it very much, so it'll die in one more shot from almost anything on the map. Then a T150 shows his face, and he hits it twice, getting it down to a very low amount of HP. And then the IS shows his face one more time, and he can finally deal with this nuisance. And then he moves on to hit the Ferdinand in the back, and then sets fire to the Tiger from behind. That's weird, because the engine is in the front, but he still does it, so that's a good one. But instead of shooting the Tiger one more time, he decides to go for the high priority target, which is the E75 that is pushing. That's a very good idea, since the rest of the targets can easily be dealt with, and they are, as you will see here. He quickly deals with the T150 and then deals with the Tiger as well. Has to hit it twice to kill it, but he still does. Then he pushes home to the enemy base, and instead of shooting the AFK Bad Chat, he realizes that a T44 is on the loose and killing their Lorraine. So he helps out by killing the T44 and then starts to shoot at the Bad Chat. But as you heard, if you rewind, you can hear that the Panther has gotten a lot of easy shots at the AFK Bad Chat. So he has nothing to be upset about, but he still shoots at our T44 here. Weird behavior by one who just got a lot of free shots on an AFK player, but he shoots at it, so I don't know. It is still an honorable mention, even though he pissed off a teammate. But onwards to the winner, and the winner of the medium class contest is McMark in his Patton. Yes, another Patton. But I did receive a lot of Patton replays. I also received a lot of smaller tanks, but they didn't seem to do much, besides the regular stuff that we see in every battle every day. But I do promise that in future replay contests we will have a tier limit, so don't worry you smaller tiers, you will have another shot at winning a prize. In this video, the Patton McMark does a lot of stuff for his team. First up, he shoots a lot of high tiers. You'll see here that he goes out into the open to finish off a E75. He even got shot at by something from south side of the tracks. He then sees a mouse and finishes it off with 2 shots, because the mouse didn't really pay attention to it. Then another mouse shows up, and McCloud goes to work on that one as well, hitting it again and again and again and again. The mouse didn't seem to care for him, so it was easy kill for my McMark. But sometimes you gotta take the easy kills. If it's a tier 10, you gotta take all the shots you need, even if it's cheap or not cheap. He gets the second mouse and decides to go home, killing an IS-3 on the move. Then he comes home and meet a T-54, and he circles together with it. They circle around each other until he gets some help from an IS-7 that he finishes it off. He then goes for the enemy artillery and gets it in 2 shots. Boom! And it's dead. He then gets shot by, I think it's the IS-3 that's hiding over there. But he proceeds to go over the tracks again and starts shooting at the ISU, because the ISU is the only tank threatening their IS-7. which is very low health, so McMark actually saved the IS-7 by shooting at the ISU up there, because the ISU would have shot the IS-7 if it had gotten up the hill. And in the end he also gets the IS-4 kill. So I hope you enjoyed these results, and I hope you agree with me on the winner, because it was a very tough decision this time around. I really had to look through a lot of replays, and it was all high tiers and then a few low tiers, and you can't really pick a low tier getting 2 kills in killing a lot tractor and a few other tier 2s. So I hope you agree with me on these decisions, and I'll see you with the results for the heavy tanks and the light tanks and the funny / awesome replays. They're coming next week. I'll see you guys next week.